Hello everyone, Luke Taylor here with another album review, and today's album is 2003, Evanescence Fallen. Now this is kind of a historical record, I think. I just want to kind of talk about the time period a little bit and talk about why this was such a huge success. First off, let's just say that Fallen sold 17 million copies. That is just unreal. So everyone's heard these songs, of this era, and it's just one of those things that kind of changed the game, changed the landscape a little bit. But how does it stand up to the test of time? Looking back, I just think that the songwriting is very good. The songwriting is really slick. It really hits a nerve. Amy Lee's sort of gothy, angsty, but still very melancholy delivery. It just really, it stands the test of time. I think the most timeless part of this record is Amy Lee and everything she's touching, whether it's her piano ballads or her delivery, her harmonies. The thing that is dated to me is the production and the guitar tones, but just the production. There's this kind of industrial ad that they're like trying to be a little edgy. And I get that that's part of the thing. Maybe the producers were listening to, Nine Inch Nails or Rammstein or something like that. But I don't blame the band for that. I don't blame, Ben Moody, the guitar player, who was kind of ahead of his time with, the really, really down-tuned guitars, the one-finger chords, the 7 strings, all that kind of thing. I don't blame the band at all. I do blame Wind Up Records. If you look back on what Wind Up Records was doing at the time, they had acts like Creed, Seether, Finger 11, 12 Stones, Drowning Pool, and soundtracks for like the Daredevil and Elektra movies. So let's just put that in perspective about how Wind Up Records has aged over time. I mean, you can't think of the early 2000s without thinking of like Britney Spears and skateboards and spiky hair. And I think if you were listening to the radio and there's like 50 Cent in the club, and then there's like Beyonce Crazy in Love, and then there's like My Immortal. Oh man, it just changes the atmosphere. I think what Amy Lee really did with this record and her writing was give people their gothic angel muse that they wanted to really, have songs to be sad about. And I think she really is and became a role model for a lot of people. And if you watch the video Everybody's Fool, there's really a lot of depth there. And it's a very hard thing to be a role model for a lot of people. And maybe, you're just making the music that you love, and then it means a lot more to people than you thought it did. And the thing is, too, is maybe looking back, it might be overly serious. It might not be. I do resonate with the songwriting very much. I resonate with Amy Lee's delivery and her attitude. And on the radio in like 2003, you had stuff as horrible as like Fountains of Wayne, Stacy's Mom. And then you hear something like Haunted or Tourniquet. It just really, it really connects. I don't know how else to say it. I do connect with this music in this time period. Again, looking back, it doesn't age well because of Wind Up and their aesthetic, and they're maybe trying too hard to be edgy or to be hip. And Evanescence is still a band. They have way different members. Amy Lee's still there. But many of the bands that they had at that time are no longer, and they really fell apart, or they just had their one hit and they were just a product of the environment. So I think that really does touch this record, but there are some really timeless pieces on there. The one, it's very hard to talk about, but there is one song, I think it's one of the saddest and most beautiful songs in the universe, and I really don't listen to it because it is so sad, and that song is Hello. And there's an incredibly personal story for Amy that goes with that song, and it's a very, very deep and personal thing. So I don't want to talk too much about it, but if you know the song, you probably know what I'm talking about, and you know how really intense and sad it is. But when you have something like that on the record, it just, again, there was so much garbage on the radio at this time, and they were coming from a very real and serious place. So I really do appreciate that. I just don't think that it's aged as well as it could have had the production been more self-aware, self-conscious, and not diving into that edgy early 2000s thing. My rating, bronze. So, do you like Evanescence? What's your favorite album of theirs? Do you own Fallen? Did you own it back in the day, or You love to listen to these songs on the radio. Can you not handle the band anymore? Do you like the band? What do you think? Please let me know in the comments below. Please like and subscribe this video. Share it with all your friends. And check out my other reviews. I have a lot on this channel. Have a great day, and I will see you later.